sorry that it's been such a long time since we've been here. But there's been a lot going on, a lot of new developments, a lot of different things. And I want to give a shout out to Yami Yoni, first of all, for sponsoring this event, along with King Legend Entertainment Group. Those are two of our sponsors. I want to send a shout out to my favorite security guard at the bank, Miss Nita. How you doing? Thanks for watching the show. Before we get started today, I just want to ask everyone out there, have you ever wondered what goes through the mind of teenagers? I mean, everybody needs to know. I mean, because we have a teenager, we have a 7-year-old, but at the end of the day, things are just totally out of whack with the system. And with that being said, sorry, I gotta focus. Okay, her name tonight. There are a lot of things going on in this world today with our teens and other teens out here. My 60-year-old auntie just got jumped on by a 32-year-old woman. So the respect issue of people is no more. It's gone. Like, I'm old school. I still say yes ma'am, no ma'am to my mom. Say yes ma'am, no ma'am to other elderly women. No sir. These are just my core beliefs, my core values. And I try to instill that in my children. You know? What do you think about today's children?
Like, which age group are we talking about?
Man, when I say children, because I'm so much older, I guess we could say, I guess we're looking at 30 and under.
Okay, so
30 and under, yeah. Let's go, matter of fact, let's go 35 and under.
35 and under.
Yeah.
Okay, so the generation of the 35 and unders, I feel like they have all watched their parents struggle. They watched their parents work themselves to the bone. Do you hear me? And then when it's like, Mom, why are you still working? Or Dad, why are you still working?
Well, balance.
And the reason why they're still working is because they didn't save, they didn't put anything back. They didn't do any 401ks or pensions, or they weren't thinking about saving. They weren't really thinking about preparing for the future. Or, I'm not gonna say they weren't thinking about it. I'm not really sure, but I feel like maybe there is a time where they were just working to survive, doing what maybe their parents, doing what maybe they saw their parents do, right?
But here's my thing, and you guys out there watching this show, you might be able to relate. Where does the line of respect get crossed when it comes to survival and respecting your elders?
Oh, so you want to talk about the incident?
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about that incident in particular. Personally, I would never jump on an elderly person. Like, there are elders. Like, we're supposed to learn from them. We're supposed to get nuggets. Like, I don't know what could have been on that person's mind. It had to be something emotional, right? Because the kids these days, they're really, really deep into their emotions. So they act on emotions.
What do you guys think? Is it emotional? I mean, come on. Like,
it had to be an emotional incident.
no, there's never enough emotion to make you jump on a 60 or 70-year-old
somebody
woman,
got their
man.
feelings hurt because the kids now say stuff like, well, if they don't give respect, they not gonna give respect. I've heard it many times.
The phrase respect is earned, not given. That is true to an extent. Like I said, I've said this many times before. We have to generate the aura that we demand our respect, right?
Okay.
Well, with a child or someone who hasn't lived as long as you have.
Kids born in the 90s.
Okay,
I'm sorry,
whatever. Adults, kids,
young
whatever.
adults.
But at the end of the
Born
day,
in the 90s.
these people haven't been around that long, right? So here you are talking to a 60, 70-year-old person that has quite a bit of knowledge, I guess you could say. I have a plethora of knowledge. But with that being said, you should automatically give them respect. right? So that's where the respect is earned. You give them your respect automatically.
Because they're your elder.
Because they're your elder. And you have to earn their respect. They're not just going to give you the respect. They're not going to disrespect you, but they're not going to just give you respect. It's like, when I grew up working, right?
Right.
If I said something out loud, my mom, she would slap the shit out of me. Period.
Well,
It wasn't anything that I could do about that or anything like that.
Yeah.
It was just a straight backhand. I couldn't look a certain way. I couldn't do anything.
Because you couldn't pop your lips. Listen. You couldn't roll your eyes. What was the other stuff? The stomping, the heavy breathing.
Slamming doors. Slamming doors will get your ass whipped around here.
Breathing heavy will get your ass whipped.
And not knowing your place. Like,
yeah.
When you see adults talking, then, learn to be quiet. Like, you don't need to inject yourself in that conversation at all.
Right.
Period. I mean, I see the people chiming in here.
Hey, y'all.
Hey.
This is
and this is our YouTube channel. This is the F What You Thought is interactive. If you want to say something, please, by all means, chime in.
Yeah.
We are live right now, talking to you guys live. And I want to say thank you to you guys for tuning in to the F What You Thought podcast. I'm your host, LG. This is my co-host, Kashonda. And we're here. I'm looking at the screen.
I know, and I'm like, the screen's up there, baby.
So anyway.
Hey, cousin.
Anyway, hey. But like I was saying, the schools are outrageous. Like, some of the teachers are trying to fight with your kids, man. I had an incident where my son pissed his teacher off so bad.
Yeah.
When she called me trying to check me.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, whoa. I had a background. I'm like, yo, whoa, back up. We're adults here. We're going to talk like adults. I'm not one of your children. I'm not one of your students. You're not going to talk to me like I'm one of your students. You gotta put people in their place sometimes.
But you know what? A lot of the teachers say that, like, I ran into a teacher just yesterday, and she was talking about how a lot of us parents are in denial that our children are showing out in class. Like, they're not behaving.
I'm not in denial. I know my son
right.
gets down. I mean, you ain't gotta call me and try to convince me that my son is showing his butt in class. I know he gonna show it. I know who my son is.
Immediately, I'm like, let me talk to my son.
Right. But you're not gonna call and check me.
No.
That's what you're not gonna do. And you're not gonna call and make stuff up. Like, I know my son to an extent where if you say something that's not true, I'm going to know it's not true. Because one thing about my son is he can't lie. He cannot lie.
No, he won't lie.
He won't. Yeah, that part. He won't lie.
He doesn't lie because I think that he doesn't lie because he doesn't really care how other people take what he says. Like, I feel like he's that kind of kid. He's like, well, I'm gonna say it because he feels like, oh, I got 2 adult brothers, I got an adult sister.
Jokes.
Nobody's who's gonna check me type stuff, So he just says whatever.
Right. And with that being said, sometimes I want to go up there and slap the shit out of the teacher.
Okay, so that's where we went too far here.
No, we're not going too far because if you calling me making stuff up, right? Why are you trying to make stuff up? You know he messed up. He's gonna get disciplined, but do not make stuff up. Yeah. I'm almost like the daddy that went in the daycare and knocked everybody out when you talk about my kid, right? Well, like, don't mistreat me. You let somebody else mistreat my kid, but yeah, as soon as he do something, you call me. But when something happens to him, you don't call me.
Okay, well, first of all, that is a story in itself. That teacher immediately, put her hands on him, and then when he told, she got upset or whatever, and then she went to the principal. Well, of course, we called and was like, hey, this incident occurred, what's going on? And she was like, we need to talk to the teacher and see what happened or whatever. And then the teacher admitted that she did.
Right.
She admitted that she put her hands on him to stop him from going to the bathroom.
Getting up. And he had, he had permission to go to the bathroom because he had a weak bladder at the time. I mean, obviously it's gotten better with age, but yeah, he had permission to go to the bathroom. And she, she just heard the stories because she was filling in from a teacher that he previously had problems with. Yeah. And it just snowballed into a big thing. So once he transferred over to her class, he didn't get a fair shake. And he was always telling me, hey, she's friends with this teacher. Miss Porky and her get along real well. So to me, I was just like, okay, no, we're not gonna do that, right?
Anyway, it was a story. It was a journey. Like, she was just one of those old school teachers. Of course, she said what she did, and then they flipped it and was like, well, she's very touchy feely. She hugs all her students. Baby, a hug and you put your hands on my son, pushing him down so he couldn't leave and go to the bathroom. Two totally different things. Anyway, we will address that with the superintendent, and let's move forward.
Yeah, like we had to get him out of the school district because it was so bad over there. It's
Yeah.
a sad thing to say, but it happened.
Yeah.
That happened.
Okay, so let's talk about that other incident about the elderly.
Oh, the
Yeah.
elderly, yeah. I mean,
So,
shout out, I should be on my way to whoop your ass, but I'm not gonna do it. To the person who hit my 60, almost 70-year-old auntie, I should be on my way to whoop your ass, but I'm gonna let you make it.
because really, what were you thinking? Like,
Yeah,
what,
like for real.
what did you think was gonna happen? Like, when you put your hands on, you didn't put your hand on somebody's mama,
Somebody's
y'all.
grandma, somebody's great grandma.
Wow, that's horrible. Like, I think that's a charge. I'm pretty
Should be a
sure.
charge. But the problem is my auntie whooped her ass though, so that's the problem. Like you put your hands on a Christian woman who used to be a Hellcat, and obviously you brought that old Hellcat back out of her, and now you over there licking your wounds. Shout out to you, ain't person. You should. I mean, but seriously, what has to be going through somebody's mind to have you attack an elderly woman?
I told you that goes back to that whole respect thing. And kids in that generation on some old, man, anybody say anything to me, I don't care how old they are, I'm gonna whoop their butt. And they say that.
And they mean that.
And they mean that. They will beat you. Well, they will try to beat
I'm gonna give a PSA right now. Beware of the elderly people that you pick on because some of us are not going to play that with you.
Do you
Some of us
remember?
pack lid.
Do you remember that elderly man in Arlington?
Oh yeah, our neighbor that shot the other neighbor.
Oh my
He shot and
God.
killed him because he was a young boy in his face as an older man, and he shot and killed him. Period.
I
End of
think
story.
his dog
In
kept
front of his
using
kid too.
He did. I think his dog kept using it in his bath and his
In his
daughter.
yard. And he asked him to get his dog, and the boy jumped on him. I mean, he tried to jump on that old man was not having it. So that's, this is Texas, of course, and we don't play that down here in Texas, period. I'm from up north, they didn't play that up there either.
Mm.
But at the end of the day, we shouldn't be at odds with the children. The children shouldn't be at odds with
Well,
us.
they're grown. Okay, so here's the thing. We keep calling them children, but they're grown, right?
They're grown.
They were born in the 90s. They're grown. They all have jobs and probably businesses and families and stuff like that because they were born in the 90s. So where you want to stop it at? Where are we capping it at?
I don't know.
95?
Hey man, 80. That's even
Whoa.
far back as the 80s.
Whoa.
Hey,
84 and over.
80.
83,
I'm trying
we're
to
grown.
cut it at 83. Yeah, I
83,
mean,
we're grown.
respect
Okay?
is respect though.
I do respect my elders though. I mean, it's always yes ma'am, no ma'am, yes sir, and yes or no sir. And the thing is, the people that pause me and say stuff like, oh, you don't have to say yes ma'am, to me, like in my mind, because, I was mainly raised by my grandmothers,
Yeah.
so that wasn't a thing. Like, there's no, let me just call you whatever your name is. No, that wasn't a thing. So to me, like, I'm kind of at a loss of words when I'm having a conversation with you and I'm like, yes ma'am, and no ma'am, and then you pause me to address the fact that I'm calling you ma'am. But I think maybe it's just a Southern thing.
Yeah, live from the United States. Yes.
Do you think it's a Southern thing?
No, I don't. I think it's a world thing. Like in other countries, they don't have, like in China, for instance, you're going to respect your elders because that's an automatic death sentence.
Oh, they don't slap you?
They will beat you. They beat you to death over here.
I was watching all those like Chinese soap operas. I'm calling them Chinese soap operas. They kind of running on Instagram right now.
How you doing, Robert?
And yeah, they lay hands. They
Yeah,
lay hands.
yeah. It has to be that way because at the end of the day, what are we thinking? Like the United States is raising a bunch of soft children.
Whoa.
Like, no, listen, I grew up in a time where you got your butt whooped, wasn't no cop gonna step in and say, oh, we're gonna have to take you to jail because you're beating your child. No, you have to endure that beating, even though some parents went too far with their children. I think my mom went too far with me, as a matter of fact, because the whoopings I used to get were horrible, like
I don't
bloody webs and everything,
Well,
extension cords.
I disagree. I don't think your mom went far enough.
Whoa, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
I disagree wholeheartedly.
I turned out very well.
Well, you're the kind of person, somebody can say, hey,
Such
this,
hate going on over
no,
here.
listen.
There's some hate.
Somebody can say, hey, do not press this red button. And Larry is gonna say, well, why? Why can't I press the red button? What's gonna happen? What are you gonna do to me? And Larry's gonna press all the buttons around the red button. And then later
Somebody
he's
said
probably
best
just
Indies people.
huh?
Somebody said Indies people are the best.
Indies,
Yeah.
like indie. Okay.
Yeah, they don't. I guess they don't play that either. You can't be disrespectful to your parents over there.
I mean, just
America's the only one that interferes in family life, tells you how to raise your child, but they don't help take care of them. If you're not gonna help take care of them, stay out of my business. Period. I'm here. I'm doing the best I can. If my child act up, I'm gonna discipline. Period. There is no discussion about that.
well, here's the thing. Like when you say, hey, well, it depends on, I guess, what the teacher, how the teacher is, right? Because you could communicate with the teachers and you could say, hey, if my child is being disrespectful in any way, please feel free to give me a call, you know.
And we've done that. So every day we get phone calls. This is ridiculous. Like, what you want me to do? I done whooped his butt.
Oh, God.
It was like every day. One day, look, true story. So I'm gonna share a little story with y'all, right? So one day, my son came home. He said, "Dad, my teacher's she's hollering at me about a Chromebook. You know, he's 7. He don't know nothing about buying a Chromebook or anything like that. She, why don't you have a Chromebook? Blah, blah, blah." So I politely told him, I said, as politely as you can, son. I said, I want you to tell your teacher this. I said, you need to tell her, my dad said, if there's a problem, to give him a call, right? And you guys can talk about it. I told him, I said, so I made sure he understood. I said, repeat it. He said, okay, if she asked me about the Chromebook, tell her my daddy said to call him if there's a problem. I said, good, now go tell her. What did he do? He Kevin Hart. He straight up Kevin Hart. So she didn't even go in on him about the Chromebook this morning. She was just like, Kingston, he was like, if there's a problem, call my dad. Dude, I stayed 2-3 minutes away from the school. I hadn't even pulled into the house good yet. My phone was ringing. This is the incident where, when I was like, hello? Mr. Gilbert, your son, he was just rude to me. And I said, oh, whoa, calm down. No, you let me talk. I said, hold on, let me tell you something. That's when we had that incident where it was like, hey, hold on, let me tell you something. You're not gonna call me hollering and I'm just gonna sit there. We're adults. We can talk about it like adults. And yes, I did tell him to be very polite to you and deliver the message. And I told him that if there was a problem, to have you call me and we could talk about it. Well, he was just like, nah. I was like, hey. I can hear you. You don't have to yell, right? She was mad. Like, she wanted to fight. I almost cussed her out. I had to hold back from her. And it was ridiculous. Like, I've never experienced a petty teacher like that. In all my years of living, in all my 40 plus years on this earth, I've never experienced such a petty person. Her name was Miss Petty. Queen Petty. It should have been.
Anyway,
Miss Petty.
next subject.
We're still talking about these disrespectful kids, but yeah, if I hear any more news of somebody attacking my elderly auntie, this is gonna be a very different podcast, just so everybody knows. Because that should never happen. It should never ever happen. I'm sorry, my dog is under my table.
She wants to attention so bad. Girl, get on.
She couldn't take it no more. So here she is. She can crawl under my table in my lap. in the middle of our show. Hey, listen, everybody. Hey, I just want to let you know, I do appreciate you guys tuning in. There's a segment. We're gonna ask Kingston a couple of questions. We're gonna bring him into the camera and ask him some questions. Why don't you come on over here, son, so we can talk. Come on over here. Come on.
You want to put the dog up first?
Nah, she's alright. She's good. Come over here. Maybe you should go over my mom.
Yeah, come on, Mom. Hey.
Damn dog. Hey, you ain't supposed to be in here. We don't have to in today. Anyway, so Kingston,
Yes, sir.
tell us a story about your school, man. Look in the camera and tell the people about school, how it goes.
Just right here. Yeah.
So basically what happened was that the teachers like being rude to me and stuff, like disciplining me, trying to put their hands on me, threatening me and stuff. Like she would not stop hurting me.
And no kid should have to endure that, right?
And what did you
Yes.
say she said about me?
She said that your mama was the one who was supposed to bring you to school on time. I mean, your mom was the one who was supposed to get you dressed on time. So, and your daddy was the one who was supposed to bring you at school on time. Switching up.
Hey, I have a job just like she has a job, first off. So, for her to make inflammatory statements like that, I mean, she wanted to smoke, and I was ready to give it to her. Thank God my wife talked me out of it because she was, what did she say? She don't care about your daddy?
She said, I don't care if your daddy, D word, like half D word.
No kid should have to endure this.
Yeah.
Just, I brought him on here just to prove a point, right?
Okay.
No kid should have to endure that kind of treatment at school, right? As a kid,
Okay.
they don't want to hear that. Oh, your daddy and your mama shouldn't be doing it. No, stop.
Yeah, let her go. She got to
Push
push
the
it
screen. Don't push the screen, son. Open the door. By the black hand. Yes, there you go.
Anyway, focus. I had that.
You didn't. You was pushing it out.
It's okay.
Anyway, so yeah, no child should have to endure that type of treatment in school when they're going to get an education. You shouldn't make a difference in kids. If this is your job, this is your profession, then you need to be professional, right? This is what you need to do. You need to make sure that you treat each kid with the amount of respect that you want to be treated with. Because when you treat them like that, then they grow to have malice towards you, right? And when that malice comes, they're gonna show it towards you. It's gonna be a problem all the time.
Thank you for joining us. You're welcome. Okay. Go be a kid.
Such a kid. Anyway, so yeah, no child should have to deal with that. That's ridiculous, right? Anybody ever had a problem like that? Because I mean, I grew up, and my teachers were on my butt too. I didn't get a fair shake either.
I'm starting to feel like maybe you were not a good kid.
I think you should mind your business.
I say that because I don't remember ever going to the office. Maybe one time.
Oh, I stayed in the office.
I'm saying I went
The
one
office is
time.
my second home.
So maybe,
But that was because the teachers were hating.
I feel like those are your feelings and that
My feelings are valid.
and your feelings are very valid, but I feel like maybe you probably weren't a good kid. Like, do you get what I'm saying? If you were constantly in the office and constantly getting in trouble, where was
You know what? This ain't
where's
like
the
a job
grade
on me
line?
something, but hey.
Where's the great?
It wasn't me. It was that they didn't know how to talk to me. I was respectful all the time.
Their tone was off.
I mean, they were like trying to bully me or something.
The teachers?
Yeah, my teacher smoked in class back in the day. And I think they were drinking a little bit. I know this one teacher I had, he always came to school and he always smelled like bourbon or something.
Really? You
Eyes
never
be
saw-
bloodshot red. He come to work drunk. His name was Mr. Coleman.
Put his name out there.
Shout out to you, Mr. Coleman.
Oh, sure, he would love.
I seen him slap the shit out of one of my classmates before. I was like, yeah, he slapped the shit out of me. The classmate was being disrespectful, so he slapped him. That's why I knew right then and there. I knew right. We used to get paddled in school, but I knew right then and there I couldn't be a teacher because I knew that first kid got out of line with me. Yeah, we gonna have a problem.
we didn't get paddled in Texas.
Really?
I mean,
That's
or
nice.
it could just be that I wasn't a bad kid. I don't know what happened behind the doors. I know that they would like separate them and they would have to go into what is it called?
ISS.
Yeah.
You know what it is. You know what ISS. Stop trying to act like you don't know. Anytime
I
your son
never-
been in, our son was in ISS damn near every other week.
That's true.
What
They
time is that?
probably named
Son.
ISS after. But I'm
They call
saying,
it King SS now.
right, I never went, is what I'm saying. So I don't know what happened to the kids in Texas when they were being bad.
Hey, listen, everybody. We about to have to wrap this show up, man. We running up on time. I want to thank everybody who tuned in, everybody who watched the show. I appreciate it. Hey, remember, check out the Yummy Yummy and Yummy Yummy Dallas.
Oh, no, we're not gonna skip my segment of story time.
Oh, okay, my bad. Go ahead. She got a story she want to tell everybody.
But you gotta ask me, cause I don't know which one you want me to talk about.
I mean, just tell
I'm
us
starting
about the
with
story.
one, 'cause you-
Story time with Shonda. What you got?
Let's see, which one do you want to tell? It's so many. So y'all, this is going to be on every F2000 podcast because I've had some crazy run-ins with people. Like, people do some outrageous things and they kind of need to be held accountable for them. I just want to know what y'all's opinions are, and I want to know if I'm tripping. Like, I would like for y'all to tell me if you feel like I'm tripping or if maybe the other person had a valid reason for doing the things that they did. And this is gonna be like every show.
All right.
Every show. Okay, so here's one. Okay? This is major. Okay? So let's see. How long have we been married?
16 years.
Get out of business, kid.
Yeah, mind your business, kid.
Anyway,
We just got to talk about slapping you in the mouth.
so
Come on.
about 16 years. I think we haven't been married that long, but I think
We ain't been
together.
married 16 years, but we've been together
16.
16. We've been married, what, 11, 12? We've been 14 years? Yeah. Jeez.
Anyway.
Been married 14 years.
Yeah.
married 16.
So the day of my wedding, so excited. Everybody, like my aunts were participating, like they were cooking and making, cousins were making flowers. My cousin had a church he opened up for us. He was a pastor, he married us. Like, my family put together a amazing dinner. Like, it was so beautiful. It was so amazing, you know. And right before right before we left, all my bridesmaids, they was all cute. They all got together. I guess a lot of them smoked cigarettes. I don't. Okay. So while I needed help tightening up my corset, a lot of
Forgot you were there.
they forgot I was there. They all, but first of all, now I remember like LaQuisha, she tightened me up, okay? Everybody else left. I was getting ready to,
the wedding?
yeah, she was there.
Like,
So, no, she was there. Because she did my hair for my wedding as
she did. I
well.
remember. That's what I was trying to figure out. This
Yeah, she did. She did my hair.
She was supposed to be in the wedding. That's the part.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so, anyway, she helped me tighten up the back of my dress, which was like the last thing that I needed help with or whatever. I didn't have anybody there to do my makeup or anything like that. So I pretty much just did my own makeup. She did my hair. And I was just like, forget it. Wait, I was ready to walk down the aisle. I went over and like the back part where you just kind of sit and you wait, right? There's like this area where you sit and wait as the bride.
Right.
And everything else is going on, in the wedding. I couldn't see anything. I'm in the back with my dad's then girlfriend. So she's in a funky mood. I don't know why. She was just in a funky
She was
mood.
forced to be at a wedding and she didn't even know you.
Right. She was
Yeah, they met you.
she was in a bad mood.
That was one of those
And-
situations. She was just thrown into some shit.
Basically, she went in the back. Hey Terrence. Hey cousins. How y'all doing? So she went in the back and with me, and my daddy just left her back there. He was like, "Oh, all right." And you know, my daddy moves so fast. He just moves. He don't, you know, he in his mind he was sitting somebody back there with me. She sat back there with me. That lady told me, she said, "I don't even want to be here. Like, I don't even know why I'm here."
She was forced to be here. She was in hostage.
Baby.
I'll tell her, you bounce the fuck out. I don't give a fuck. Bye.
But I was so emotional. Like,
Yeah.
it really, like, it legit hurt my feelings. And because, yeah, I'm back there just kind of waiting. You know, I was waiting on my mother and my sister to show up, and neither one of them showed up. Like, so I was already like, what, an hour? It was already an hour, and the dog wants to come in. But anyway, it was like an hour, and we hadn't started the wedding yet because guess what? Waiting on my mama to show up. I did not want to. Yes, I did not want to walk down the aisle without my mom or my sister being there. And guess what? Didn't show up the whole wedding. Anyway, I went ahead and came out with the mean lady who was being extra, okay? Like, she almost single-handedly made me cry before I walked down the aisle. And nobody knows this to this day, you know what I mean? But it's just like, what was the reason? What was the reason, you
What was
know?
her purpose?
What was her purpose? Like, I get that my daddy was probably just like, dang, I
I
don't
want
know
to
her to
meet
do
my
that.
daughter. That's what he was saying. You gonna be part of my daughter's life, me.
Or more so, I just don't want her to be back here by herself, you know?
That
Anyway.
was sad. I'm sorry, man.
It was so sad, like,
Let's talk about
bridesmaids
your bridesmaids.
Bridesmaids
Pulled off on
hopped
you.
in the car, pulled off and left, yo. I was in the
We
back.
gotta get you better bridesmaids. You gotta redo the whole wedding. Like, throw the whole wedding in the trash.
No, because Auntie showed out, Grandma was there, like, it was amazing. Like,
Mothers-in-laws showed out.
aunties were there, like,
Damn, was my daddy there? My daddy didn't come with you.
no, he didn't.
Damn, let's
So-
talk about that.
So, my mama
you show
didn't
up my
come.
wedding, boy?
Your daddy didn't come. Now, you don't have a seat.
Sit down.
He got this dog, and she's just so
Sit down.
extra. Like, she
I know.
always gotta be
Sit
in.
down.
Like,
She always
Sit down.
gotta be the main
For
character.
those of you who are pet lovers, y'all want a friendly dog?
You always gotta be the main character, honey. Go have a seat.
Anyway, so yeah, we gonna redo the wedding. We're going to redo our wedding vows next year in June. So this is it right here, y'all. We're gonna do it next year in June. I don't know what we want for the honeymoon.
My thing is, I have seen people get married and get divorced within 2-3 years.
Yeah, and they spend a whole lot of money on that wedding.
I think you spent like maybe $1,000.
Nah, we spent way more than that.
No, we did
We
not.
spent more than that. Your dress was about almost $1,000.
Heck no, I got a discount.
What?
I got a discount.
I know the place where we had
I
the
better
reception
invite
that was $1,000.
Well, I'm just saying, like, we've been together for 16 years, and I think it was just more so of the people that didn't come because they was like, they ain't gonna be married long.
Ah,
trying
that's
to
on you.
wait us out, like,
Right.
so
Listen, marriage is serious. That's gonna be the topic next week when we come back.
tearing up the table.
That was
for her.
holding up because the thing on the. No, give me. We're gonna talk about married life next week,
Cousin
y'all.
said we better invite him. We already
Hey
invited
man,
him.
for sure, everybody's invited.
But I mean, my thing is, you coming to Texas?
Come on with it, cuz
My
we
thing
here.
is, like, I tell my story because I hadn't said it before, you know?
Out loud.
Yeah, I hadn't said it out loud. Larry heard it a million times, but I didn't say it out loud because I was just like, I don't know, it was hurtful, but then it was just also never an apology. It was like one of those situations where they were acting like it didn't happen.
Like, we gotta call. This is the year we calling everybody out. If they did wrong to us, know that your time is coming. We're gonna talk about it at the end of every story. Who did wrong?
Am I wrong for being in my feelings about the situation? I mean,
babe,
I know
you
it
do
didn't
that. You do what
affect.
you wanna do as far as that's concerned because you're human. you would make sure you were there for other people, and regardless of if they're there for you or not. And I've had to get on you about that many times.
About what?
About the way you are, how you make yourself so readily available for people that don't make themselves available for you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just like, you need to stop doing that, period. Because people are not gonna return your kindness to you that you give to them. So, I just don't wanna see you do that no more.
You know what? I put that on Facebook. I want to say, and my aunt Hazel was like, "Don't let." I guess basically like, stay the same. Don't let people change you. But my thing is, it's not me. Like, I'm the same person. Like, I'm not gonna change. It's just that I'm human, you know. And if there is a reason for something, I feel like it just needs to be addressed. Like, talk to me,
Yeah.
or at least let me know you're not coming, so I don't have to sit and wait an hour.
Yeah.
And then people laugh at me and they be like, "Girl, you gonna be late for your own funeral?" Because my wedding was late. Like, people were there and they were sitting and they were patiently waiting, but I was secretly waiting for my mom to show up, who never showed up.
And she'll probably never watch this podcast, and she'll never know how you felt about it.
I guarantee you she'll get news about podcasts because, I mean, I can reach out all day and.
We still wanna know what her reason for not showing up
What
was.
is
She
the
knew it.
reason?
I don't know. I mean, she don't want no explanations to me, but my wife, I stand for my
I
wife.
just be feeling like people really need to apologize.
But listen, y'all, this is all the time we have tonight. We're gonna go ahead and get ready to shut this show down, let everybody go ahead and enjoy the rest of their night. I
Unless y'all got
appreciate those of you
questions.
that tuned in.
Y'all got questions?
We'll be here every week, same time. Time ain't period.
It's
Just
always like.
depending on how we get it set up. But hey, I appreciate y'all, man. And look, man, make sure y'all go ahead and get involved, man. If y'all got something to say, say it. You know, don't be afraid to speak. We here, we talk back. Talk to us, we talk right back.
Yeah, so if you leave a comment or something like that, or you want to talk about it, feel free to leave a comment. And the show. That's what I'm saying. Larry always be trying to stop the show real early. Like, what are you doing, Larry? We had so
It's a
much more to talk
30-minute
about.
show. We already at
Hold on.
and we had 37 minutes.
Well, he wants to come on live, so it's interactive. If that's what he wants to do and he's not ready for us to stop the show, then we're not stopping the show yet. So, okay, Mr. Anthony,
Hey.
you are live.
Man, what's up, man? Wait, hold on, Ed. Hold on. I gotta set you up so the people can hear
He
you.
said, hold on, he
Hold
wants the
on.
people to
I'm
hear
sorry.
you.
I don't have it set up where people can hear you. Hold on, man. Hold on, I got you though.
Okay.
I'm about to hook you up.
He said he want people to hear you, cousin.
Hold on, you keep talking.
Oh, okay, so he said he had something to say. Listen, Larry's just running and moving, honey. He is. He was like, I gotta get it set up. Huh? He has absolutely nowhere to go. It's time for the show to continue. I told him, I was like, we gotta make sure, we get the segments in because I said that I was gonna have my segment and he almost tried to shut it down.
I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've been on and he's trying to hurry up and wrap it up. Like, for what? What's your reason, Larry? What is your reason, Larry? He, where is it? Hold on, because he trying to pull you out so you can be heard. No, I'm still here.
We still here, hold on.
It is.
It was just a set.
He want to make sure that everybody can hear you. Get your questions together, cousin. No.
Move. Hold on, man. Give us just a second. We set up technical stuff. That should have been set up earlier, but
My people on Instagram can hear him just fine.
yeah, but I want the people on here be able to hear him just fine as well.
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
Is this a question? Okay, because besides Larry always ending the show.
Sorry, guys. We had technical difficulties.
Okay, now that we have been taken care of, Mr. Larry, so I just wanna know why you got, I said what I said,
He want to know why you.
why you not gonna have the show for a long time, and then gonna have to convert it when you do.
That's what he wants to know.
I'm asking a question.
That's what he
Well,
wants.
You know, I was just trying to keep it in tradition of the 30-minute show. You know, we've been on a little bit now.
You can't do that.
Cause yeah.
And I'm seeing, my whole receptionist is on here now. Somebody else on here now, and I can't mention their name.
Okay, you can't mention their name. We do have some more to talk about.
We got a lot to talk about, man.
Yeah.
I want to say y'all something for next week, cause I got some real good stuff next week for you, man.
We're not gonna talk about it.
Just
We
go
don't-
ahead and run it out, huh?
Yeah, it's been a lot going on, so let's go ahead and address that second issue. Let's address that second issue. Let's talk about it.
You want to kick it off? You go right ahead.
Okay, so how did you feel about it?
Oh, about them not coming to the wedding? You know, I roll with the punches, man. I'm not living basically what I'm saying, I don't live my life for other people. You know what I mean? I live my life for me and my family, and, you know, if other people are involved, so be it. That's a great thing. But I learned a long time ago not to put too much into people, because people will disappoint you, even when you don't disappoint them. So you don't have to read into it like, oh, I'm so mad because they didn't show up, because your event is not going to be as important to somebody else as it is to you. That's always going to be the fact. Just like their event is not going to be that important to us, and they can get mad all they want, but if we have something going on that's got to do with our family and we can't make it, there's no need to get mad, because this is what that is. My family comes first.
How did you feel that I was an hour late for our wedding?
That I was mad at. That was horrible. She
I
was
was.
late.
I mean, I was there. Okay, mind you, my bridesmaids left me.
By the
at
time
house.
she came out, man, we was out to This Little Light of Mine. You know what I'm saying? We had sung all the gospel hymns we could sing for the wedding.
And I was in the back. I was in the back waiting, like patiently waiting, because I did not want to get married without my only sister in the whole wide world, or without my mom, you know?
Hey,
And-
my dad was invited. He didn't show up. I was just like, we gonna keep it
Daddy wasn't
rolling.
there.
We gonna keep it rolling.
Yeah.
Hey, my cousin came. Big shout out to Lone Arley, man. He showed up. He was there. He was my best man. And here it is. We still rolling 16, 14 years later. We've been together 16 years. Been married 14 years. And it's sad because I've seen some big, beautiful weddings
Man,
only last maybe 5 years tops.
2 years.
Yeah, I mean, they start having problems damn near in the first year. That's just like, why spend all that money on something for a memory that you're gonna trash later on anyway?
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. I think I spent like $1,000. I think we
You
spent like
spent
$1,000.
$1,000
That's it. Yo,
Hey, it was like a shotgun wedding, man. We was getting people in to do stuff.
my daddy had fried some fish or whatever. Like my
Yeah.
auntie was
Thanks
serving.
cooking.
Like
Hey, we had family came through. The family that did come through, they came through. You hear me?
they did.
It wasn't a
that-
big lavish wedding like I can give her now, like I would love to give her, but it was a meaningful wedding.
Yeah.
The big lavish weddings are not anything meaningful. See, this was next week's conversation, actually.
So we're gonna roll into it. Go ahead.
We're
Let's
gonna
talk
roll
about
right into it. So we're gonna talk about the weddings and stuff like that. Well, look, what does marriage mean to you guys? Like, what does it mean? Marriage is a serious and sacred thing.
it. Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
We didn't know.
it's a big business, but for me, I don't care about the business aspect. I just know that this is the woman I'm spending the rest of my life with, and that we stand tall against the world.
Remember
I had
how
a-
we went in there for the marriage counselor because we didn't know we were gonna have to do it? Man, I'm thinking that's my cousin. You know what I mean? He gonna let us know. He set us down. He questioned us about our morals. Like
I have no morals. I just roll with whatever happens. That's
he
it.
set us down. He has passed away.
Yeah, rest in peace, Chubb. But you know, and listen, man. All of that's fine. All of that marriage counseling stuff is good, but it's for somebody else.
No.
You can't set a blueprint out for life.
I disagree.
You just have to follow your own heart. Because I can sit here and tell you all day what you need to do, but if you're not willing to do it, then it's not going to work.
Oh, that's true.
And what if what you're telling me is the wrong advice anyway? People give advice often so freely, and it only pertains to certain situations, but everybody's situation is different. My situation is different from their situation. Their situation is different from your situation. You just got to learn. Life is about learning.
But how do you get rich off of a get rich book?
Shit, you tell people how to get rich and sell them the story.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I always say. That's my biggest thing. How is it that you get rich off of a get rich book? You be the author of the book and sell it. People buy it all day long.
Because people gonna buy it.
They gonna buy it. Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's why I say what I say. Like, if you want to get rich, write a book on how to get rich. People gonna buy it.
Yeah.
And you'll be a millionaire before you know it.
Yeah.
How I made a millionaire, how I made $1 million off my book. I just don't have time to sit down and write the book. I can sit down with 100,000 ideas on how to get rich, and people gonna buy it. And that none of my ideas mean anything. The only thing that I'm really focused on is selling you this book,
Yeah.
right? And that's the same way with all these relationship experts that you see online telling you, oh yeah, you need to do this. Man, they don't really live that life. Some of them, everybody do things for show on the camera. So when they see me and my wife out in public, right, the way we are with each other, they swear that we faking it. They're like, oh, they fake. They don't love each other like that. Yes, we do. This is how we are at home. We have to tone it down when we're in public for people so they don't feel awkward.
Because that's the thing.
Yeah, people feel awkward when we come around and we love each other the way we do, man. I mean, I'm not perfect by far. I am not a perfect man. I mean, everybody might think I'm this perfect guy. I'm not perfect.
Who thinks that?
Everybody thinks I'm perfect.
Shit.
That was a lot of work out
I'm
here.
sorry. We know. We is in
I have a lot of work.
Yeah.
But, you know, perfect is in the eye of the beholder, just like beauty. See what I'm saying?
I don't think
We can sit there and judge other people's relationships and like what they see in each other, but at the end of the day, they see something in each other, right? They see something that they fell in love with. And I had to learn this from my son. Like, I'm like trying to give him advice, but he's in love with his baby mom. I'm like, what's going on, man?
So sorry.
So at the end of the day, when I look at them and he's really attentive to her, and I was like, well, something there. It's not for my place to figure out what he loves about his baby mama. It's just my place to accept that and support their relationship. And that's all we ask of people in the world today. Look, if you see somebody, you can't make their life better by trying to, you should go date this chick, you should date this chick. I'm not gonna tell my homeboy who's married to a woman to go and try to date another chick. Just like I don't expect them to try to tell me to go see another woman, because there ain't nobody else for me. My woman is my woman. Just like their woman is their woman. And I would hope that I'm the man for her consistently. You know? Is our marriage perfect? Yeah, it is. In my eyes, it is.
He said,
It's
yeah.
perfect. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I think that straight up, ready with the hit with the heat. No, but honestly, I don't like to argue. You know, and I think that's a big thing in relationships. I'm not gonna nag because you gonna do what you gonna do. You know what I mean? I do not like to argue. I am a good communicator, but I don't like to argue. So, I mean, I think that's big.
That is big. That's a big part. Nagging is the key to ruining a relationship. If somebody nags you all the time,
Yeah.
There's no way that's gonna work.
Your home is supposed to be sacred, right?
I don't
It's
like
supposed to be
drama.
peace.
I wanna feel like the man in my house. I don't wanna have to always fight to prove my dominance. No man wants to fight to prove their dominance. Move. Move. No man wants to fight to prove their dominance in their home. So I'm not gonna do it at the end of the day. My wife, she ain't gonna have to fight. Move. She ain't gonna have to fight to prove her love for me either. Because what is it gonna prove? Nothing. We're just gonna be looking like a bunch of idiots out here fighting. We know how we feel about each other. If somebody say I don't love my wife, I'm gonna let you say what you want to say. Because we know. Can somebody let her out, please? Cause she's
No, you're so extra.
she wants, can you let her out, please? Can somebody let this dog out?
It's okay.
He's sleeping.
Focus on your show.
Anyway, I'm not doing what I do for any accolades. You know what I mean? I don't do what I do for show and tell. We got out of the first grade, second grade stage of show and tell. You know what I'm saying? We're adults. I do what I do for my peace. I do what I do for her peace. And if we have good family members along the way that support us, I love it. That's all the more reason for us to keep doing what we do. Those that are jealous, filled with hatred, I don't know what to tell them. They're on their own. It's sad that you have family members that want to try to control you when the Bible says that when you get married, then your husband is your head of the house and you are to follow him. It don't say follow your mama and your daddy when they come in and try to dictate your relationship. Can't nobody tell me how to be a husband to my wife. Can't nobody tell my wife how to be a wife to me and what she needs to do, what she needs. I wouldn't take that if I look. That's why you single. And we're not. We're together. You know? My wife got a mouth and she got her own opinions. If I say something she don't like, you think I ain't gonna hear it? Oh babe, no, I'm not gonna do that. Yeah.
Cause I'm gonna wake him up out of his sleep. I'm gonna wait till he's smooth snoring real good. Hey, listen, I'm not gonna do it in front of nobody, okay? I know better, but I'm gonna wait until he, like that third stage of sleep, maybe about 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm gonna tap him. Hey.
Where I get that one good deep.
Oh yeah. Hey babe, we need to talk.
I was just thinking
about something.
We gonna sit up and we gonna talk. We gonna get it out of the way. Like, hey, what's up? Cause I don't wanna keep going over the same thing over and over. So it's best to address an issue right then and there than to wait and then let it build up. Because if it builds up, it's gonna keep coming up, and you'll never get past it. Whereas if you address it right away, you can get clarity.
So that's where when people ask us about marriage, we'll tell them how important communication is. And it's really to the point now where I don't have to tap him in the middle of the night. He's used, like his brain is already on alert. So I can whisper his name and he gonna wake up. No matter what time it is. You know, if we lay in there, he gonna be like, huh? What? You know? And he hadn't really said anything bad in the middle of the night, you know? But yeah, we try not to go to bed mad. Well, you go to sleep. But if I'm mad, I'm not going to sleep. I'm gonna let him sleep. Yeah, you're right.
Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you.
It's in the blood, he said. It's in the blood line.
Yeah.
Like, I would say my aunties can be feisty. Like, they're all, hey now.
She got an auntie named Endeavor, man. That little woman, she's little as can be, but she's a whole lot of pressure.
She's pressure. It does. Cousin wants to tell you that he wants to give you the game about the women in his family.
Nothing, you gonna let me get a little piece of that, man? Nah, he tight up now.
Well, yeah, they can be feisty, like, they are, okay? Very, very, I wouldn't say dominant, but I would say they're assertive.
Well, see,
We're
here,
assertive.
gotta watch that tone too. Cause in a relationship, women are not the dominant parties.
We're assertive.
They can be assertive, but they can't be dominant. And I'll tell you this why. Because if you're dominating your man, then he's not being the man that he's supposed to be for you, right? He can't lead. No, I'm talking about when you use dominance in a woman in a relationship.
Yeah.
There should never be a dominant woman in a relationship.
Are those trigger words from you? From the whole.
That's just letting everybody know that when somebody says, "Oh, my woman's the dominant one," then what are you? What are you?
You got a homeboy that said that?
Are you a castrated man? No. No, I'm just speaking. I'm just speaking out of sword right now. I'm speaking on the term dominant
You can say it.
in a woman. Nobody ever dominates me.
No, I'm talking about your homeboy.
Nobody
Yeah.
ever dominated any of my
Oh, okay.
homeboys. But yeah, dominant. Like I've heard that term used in relationships as pertaining to somebody's wife. Oh, my wife, she's the dominant one.
You
Well,
heard that.
nobody's gonna. How can you earn respect from your peers if your woman is dominating you?
Okay.
Like in our relationship, nobody's dominant. We're equals, right? We're equal. You gotta be equal, man. Like if I got an idea, I bounce like, babe, what do you think it is?
Yeah.
You know, and if she like, I might try to convince her if I don't get the answer I want. But eventually, if she okay, huh? I didn't. Yeah, I might have to tap her on the leg and be like, hey, babe,
And he
listen,
will.
what do you think?
And he
Again,
will.
can you wake up and talk to me for? But no, if I don't get the answer, if I don't get the answer I'm looking for, then I'll just move on to the next idea. Really, man. She got that back. Let her out. It's hard. It's rough, man. It's rough sometimes. Yeah, I met those blades, man. They are a piece of work.
Sorry, Terrence. He's definitely
Yeah.
not talking about you, cousin.
I met the blades, and they can be a handful, man.
Hey, cousin. So.
And you know what's scary is
No,
some
no,
of them
wait
got
a
their
minute.
names
Wait
changed.
a minute. So, cousin, if a handful is not the word, what would be the word?
Well, see now you stepped in it now, cousin. You ain't getting paid. What y'all think, man? What y'all think about the word dominance?
I
in
would say they're
relationships?
just assertive. They are. Oh, my aunties could be pressured, okay? So,
Pressure is an understatement.
cousin said that's not the word.
Yo, she got an aunt there, but that's definitely pressure.
She's pressured. She's like 4 foot something. She's not even 5 feet tall, and
She's very little, but very scary.
she just makes sure that Larry is being the husband that he's supposed to be.
Auntie is very, very scary.
That is,
Yeah, I think I've done pretty good so far.
you've done good. He's done good. It's been a while.
I don't need your approval. No, just kidding.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
I think it's only gonna share for like an hour.
All right, guys, I'm gonna end this one. Hey, thanks for tuning in to the F What You Call podcast. Hey, I appreciate everybody. And tune in next week. In the same place, same time. Thank you.
Same time, same place. All right, thank you. Love y'all. Bye.
No, it's crazy. I didn't actually expect y'all to do this.